Hi, everybody. I'm here today with Chantelle Jones, who is Talent Strategy Director at Spinks. Chantelle, thanks very much for joining us. Give us a quick introduction. Tell us a bit about your background and kind of what you do.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. So I've worked in recruitment and TA for about 13 years or so now. 6 years ago, I actually moved into a people and rec ops role. And that's where I really fell in love with driving a culture of high performance, looking at process efficiencies and working with tech vendors in terms of getting as much possible from the technology we were investing in to really help our talent teams. I now lead Spinks on Site, which is part of the Nash Squared group. We are an embedded talent model, and my responsibility really is creating recruitment programs for our portfolio of clients. And then I have an amazing talent management team and talent partners who will go on site and deliver this program and make sure that they're hitting project scope. I stay behind the scenes and essentially help them and coach them through delivering that. So recruitment enablement has been a facet of my role for a good few years now, and it's something that I'm really passionate about and geeky about, and it's great that you're kind of bringing it to the forefront. So there's this very quick snapshot of myself and who I am.
Lovely. Okay, so tell me about some of the things that you do around recruiter enablement. What are some of the things that we're trying to solve for, and what are some of the kind of initiatives that have been effective for you?
Sure. So I think if I start with why I look to better enable our recruiters, that might then make more sense as to kind of what we're doing and what we're trialing. So for me, recruitment enablement is all about creating a scalable, repeatable, and measurable process for my talent team, but also for the hiring managers who we extend onto as well. For me, I think the key benefits is about improving that process and improving efficiency, but also I think it should also feed into our recruiters' experience as well. Will Dempsey got me on this kind of line of thought 2 years ago about the better the experience your recruiters have with you in your organisation, the better experience they will give to the hiring managers and therefore to the candidates as well. So for me, recruitment enablement is really important for so many different reasons. So what we've been doing in terms of to your original question is we've been trying to build almost like a one-stop shop for our talent team to be able to access materials to help them with their work, essentially making their lives easier. Because we have a portfolio of clients, we can't prescribe too much. And also I like to hire creative people because that's how we'll be better. So we don't purposely prescribe too much, but we try to aid and we try to support. So that comes in many forms. From a content point of view, it's things like templates, checklists, workflows, guides, even like decision-making trees. And that can be for the whole process as well, right? So we can have a checklist that's built for attraction right through to onboarding. We have documentation for each of the process as well. And we're nowhere near perfect with what we've got, but we're doing a good start with the content side. The other part that we've been looking at is the educational side, the L&D. So we're very aware that in a distributed workforce, on top of portfolio-based work, it's really easy to lose the intelligence and the learnings along the way. So L&D for us is a huge part of how do we cross-pollinate what we're learning each day and how do we upskill everybody. To your point earlier about, having a conversation where 3 people are making 3 different adverts and you had a rubbish one, an okay one and a good one. Well, that transpires across all walks of life, and we want the good to be the standard. Yeah. So within L&D, we have online workshops. We're creating a boot camp as well, and we're making it so simple and so basic that, a new joiner, a new recruiter could come in and pick things up from the boot camp. And then what we've started to do is when we identify if somebody's good at something, we get them to create a workshop. So we'll provide the framework. Within the contents, on them, and we get them to deliver it to the whole business. And then we also get them to record it as well, so that if they were to ever leave, actually we've got the documentation as well. So I could go on and go into detail about each documentation, but I don't want to do that. So that's kind of a broad view of where we are with things.
Well, I think that's absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'm not going to ask you to go into more detail at this point. I think we need to get you on like a panel, and we need to deep dive some of these things. I think some of the things you said were around content and templates and making use of the very best quality output from the team, creating scalable processes, repeatable processes, learning, big part of it, and collaboration. I think that's some of the things that you just told me are elements of what you've been doing around recruiter enablement. So I'd like to do this again with you and go into more detail. Chantelle, where can people find you?
Oh, blimey, LinkedIn. I was going to say LinkedIn, that's not a thing. LinkedIn, please. And yeah, always, like for us, we're always looking to learn. So if other people are doing things in a different way, we'd love to hear from it. But you can get me on LinkedIn, Chantelle Jones.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's been great to talk to you.
Thanks, Adam.